So, I'm Nana Ray, and many of you would realise from, I don't know, my bone structure, from my fashion sense, from many aspects of how I get by, that among my many identities, I'm also Jewish. And I'm hoping, I'm going to make sure this goes out early. I'm really not sure where my different things get scheduled. But I want to talk about a festival that happens on Wednesday, the 8th of April, which is Passover. It goes on for 8 days. And of course, it may not be of interest to you, but I think all the religious elements, even though there's many reasons to not like mainstream religion, la 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 la, and some of the elements are kind of universal. And I just want to share some of those universal thoughts. I mean, before I do, I suppose I should say that I will be running. Well, my friend Kim Gottlieb will be running a virtual Seder. You have to go to his website, Kim Gottlieb, of Facebook. Kim Gottlieb. Oh my God, I don't want to get too complicated. But let's just say Kim Gottlieb is running a virtual Passover Seder and would love you to join us for that. But I want to go back to the essence of this Passover thing because, it's linked to being slaves in Egypt, being freed. But the word for Mitzrayim, which is Egypt, is linked to another word, Mitzorah, which means narrow spaces, confined spaces. And doesn't that make you think about this social distancing and all the isolating that's going on? And Egypt is sort of opposed to the freedom that we gain in the desert and finally the redemption of arriving in Israel. And, I don't want to go into the politics of all these lands, but rather the essential truth that all of us are aware. Well, if you're not aware, it's definitely true that there are aspects of our lives that are a little bit narrowed and constricted. And at this time, when we're constricted at homes, I think it's more important than ever for us to reflect on them and how we react to those limitations. Because on the other side of those limitations is the freedom, is the redemptive thought. And, I just want to throw in Easter as well because, of course, poor Jesus strung up on the cross on Friday and on Monday he sort of resurrected. And it's interesting to think what happened, in that cave for those 3 days. Similar 3 days to the time that Jonah was in the whale, one might think. But we are stuck in our homes for maybe 3 weeks or maybe 3 months. And it's our time to contemplate and reflect on what's it like to be constricted and can we develop a sense of freedom, a sense of redemption during the time that we are somewhat constricted? And is it possible to find freedom within constriction? And what does it take? And I'm very interested to hear any thoughts that you might have or any practices you may have developed to try and deal with that. And so, I wish you all the very best in this sort of season that's emerging, whether it's the Jewish season of Passover or the Christian season of Easter or, the original pagan festival of oestrus, from estrogen. Remember, a lot of our things have come from pagan before they got shut down by the various, religious organisations that decided they had what do they call it? A something or another on the truth. They had dibs on the truth. But I think the truth is very varied, just like these little mirror balls. They're all over the show, refracting light in all sorts of ways. And I just want to say, whatever your path, however you're doing, whether you're feeling constricted or feeling free, I love you all and look forward to talking to you again. Bye for now.